What is up, guys? It's your boy, No Risk, No Premium, here to give you another episode of the Sunday Sermon. Well, first off, hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all of the above weekend, etc. Hopefully you got to spend it with some family, um, and just got to enjoy maybe getting away from the screen, right, on that Friday and Thursday. So now, look, time to get back in, right? Sunday sermon meant to get the mind right for the week. If you're not getting ready for the week on Sunday and you're waiting until Monday, you are officially behind, right? So those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Sunday sermon is a sermon for the market of the week, guys. We will go through, typically just go through SPY. We will look at any economic data that can come out and move the markets, any earnings, right? Any event catalyst that we should know about, Fed speakers speaking, etc. Okay, then go through levels, trade plans as far as what I'm expecting for the week, and levels where I would like to take trades. Okay. But first off, I want to say something, guys. If you're not in the Wolves of Wealth Discord, we are doing a huge sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Okay. So if you guys are interested, I mean, we're doing a 3-month, a 1 year, and a lifetime special. Okay. I will drop the link in the in the description underneath this, guys. We will be closing down Monday indefinitely to focus on the new members. The prices will never ever be this low again. Okay, never be this low again. So check it out if you're interested. Okay, I'll put the link in the description. Another thing I want to talk about, huge shout out to the baby in the group. Okay, came in and has been absolutely crushing it, guys. All he wanted to do was actually just have some extra savings, and we've actually has now found his own strategy, fine-tuned, and he's gone out and bought this beautiful, to me, it looks like a Ford Expedition Platinum. Gorgeous fucking car. Very proud of the baby. Good job, brother. Many other successes as well, but just one thing, I just want to give a shout out there. I thought that was super awesome. Okay, but look, what else is going on this week? Okay, what is going on this week? Lots is going on this week. If we head over, okay, to the U.S. economic calendar, we have a Fed speaker every day, it seems like. Okay, so we know if we have a Fed speaker every day, it's likely they're going to say things that are either hawkish, dovish, whatever, could move the markets. You need to know when they're speaking, and understand if your entries or exits are going to be possibly around those times. Okay, Monday, Bullard speaks, right? Bulltard, whatever they call me, he's usually a bit more dovish. Excuse me, John Williams speaks as well. That's Monday. And then Tuesday, Case Shiller Home Price Index. That's very important, right? If the Fed has been raising rates like crazy, you'll want to know how what? One of the biggest markets in the world, in the real estate market. Okay, prices have been down, okay, year over year. Okay, so and month over month. So we want to see, okay, we want to see what is going on there. We have Consumer Confidence Index 2 on Tuesday. Okay, Wednesday, huge, very long day Wednesday, but we've got Michelle Bowman speaks. Okay, Lisa Lisa Cook, and then our boy Mr. Jerome Powell, okay, speaks at the Brookings Institution. Okay. And then look, we've got huge ADP employment report, GDP, very important. Why? Are we in a recession? Are we not? Are we growing? Are we contracting? Okay. Chicago PMI, job openings below there, quits below there, pending homes. So I mean, you could just see it's a melting pot of just all this economic data Wednesday, and the same thing on Thursday. Okay, we got PCE, very important. Market will definitely be looking forward to that. You have jobless claims as well. What two things are we always looking at? Okay, we're looking at prices of goods, right? So CPI, PCE, and then we're also looking at jobs, the jobs market. Why is the jobs market important? The Fed keeps on raising rates. How does the job market get affected? If people start getting laid off all the time, they're not going to be spending money likely. Okay, just some things to think about. Okay, so anytime you see something about jobs, okay, FOMC meetings where they'll talk about rates being raised, okay, and then GDP, CPI, PCE, whatever it might be, okay, you want to pay attention there. All right, then Friday, of course, non-farm payroll jobs. Well, obviously, that's another jobs metric. We'll want to pay attention. Unemployment rate, jobs metric, right? So every day is just something you'll need to be paying attention to. Okay, so fully expecting maybe some volatility to get kicked back into the market, right? VIX is sitting down at about 20. It's just been absolutely crushed. Do we get a possible bounce? I don't know. It's very possible, though, that we could. All right. And then if you go on to the earnings whisper as well, okay, CrowdStrike, Snowflake, and Salesforce will definitely have my attention. Okay. As far as what they're going to be reporting, Dollar General, Kroger as well, and then those are two for more consumer sentiment index for me, because those are where you go to spend for necessities for the most part. You want to see how they're doing amidst high inflation rate, right? And when things becoming more expensive. Okay, household debt's at its highest, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just good to get a gauge on the market there. But I think everybody will be looking at these three as well: CrowdStrike, Snowflake, and Salesforce. Okay, Costco the week after next, I believe the 8th. You have it there. Okay, on to the charts real quick, guys. On to the charts. Okay, so what have we done? Okay, what have we done? We basically went Ripper Magoo. We said over 380 is definitely by the dip. Then we held the 390 level. It was definitely by the dip there too. So we're just continuing to just stair step up. And to me, it looks like every time you go up and stair step, right, you just build a base to go higher. Well, it looks like we're doing that same thing here. As long as 390 holds, okay, as long as 390 holds, I would say 200 MA still in play. And we're almost there. 404.79 where it closed. Probably opens up about 404 flat. And that's right here at the beginning of this gap fill. Okay, huge gap fill play. Okay, but one thing I want to talk about is the weekly chart. Okay, look at this purple dotted line, 413. Okay, purple dotted line, 413. So if we get through what was 200 MA on the daily was 404, 405. Okay, if we want to get through that, we could easily again push up to the top of the gap fill 408, where this 50 MA is now trickling its way down, right? To maybe if we do push through 403, we could see 408, 411, and then 413 area where this 50 MA is, right? Possibly could be the tap out, okay, of this bear market rally, right? Because if you take a look, okay, once we got underneath it, we went up and failed it, right? And we went up and failed it, okay, on that last bear market rally as well, okay? And the same thing went for the 200 MA as well, okay? Got underneath it, back tested the 200 MA, went down, back tested the 200 MA, went down, okay? And now we're going to have this huge test again. So huge, major resistance levels above us. We are much closer to huge resistance than we are to huge support, okay? It's something you definitely want to take into account, okay? But for me, it looks like this, okay? You looked on the weekly chart here, right? Double top on the weekly chart, you could see it. If we do get through this level, we will definitely go up and fill that gap 408. Okay, you could just see how big this breakout will be, right? That's the weekly chart. Okay, daily chart's the same thing. You see that double top right there, right? So now, if we do get this breakout, okay, because we've been basing, right, above 390, we've been basing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 weeks. It's been a 2-week base being built. Is this going to finally rip up? Okay, one other perspective I want to talk about too, right? We talked about the 4 stages of market, right? Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. We were in a stage 1 right here, okay? Then we started into stage 2, okay? Now, do we possibly start getting into stage 3 around this area? And have we already started? Okay, this will be the distribution phase. Okay, have we already started? It's very possible that that's what's going on. We might get a push higher, but ultimately stay in this area, okay, before maybe the next leg down, because we also have this huge trend line here, okay, from the COVID highs, market high back in January, okay, going all the way down, which we've also failed. So we failed the 50 MA on the weekly and the 200 MA on the daily, and this trend line every single time in this bear market that we've gotten into. Okay. So like I said, we are much closer to huge resistance than we are support. So my plan is this. If we get through 403, okay, and hold, okay, and likely have a daily close through it, we will 100% test this 200 MA, okay? We'll 100% test that and more than likely have a breakout going to 408, right? And now you can see where this downtrend line is here as well, where we would meet a huge resistance. 408 would definitely be a short. Okay, 408 would definitely be a short. Okay, now intraday, if we get above 403, I'd want to see how we start to react around 404, 405, where the 200 MA is. Okay, because this touchback here literally just kissed it right on the lips almost perfectly, and then we reject it down. And used a very sharp reject. We're very close to it now, but we've been basing underneath it. So when I say I'd want to see if we have a daily close above that 403 before I have a confirmed breakout, is because I want to see if there might be an actual reject here of the 200 MA on the daily. So I would possibly also start watching for what? Maybe a little bit of bull bait going on where they're going to bait you to play this breakout. And maybe we get above it for a tad there, but then maybe it becomes just huge resistance and we have just a big wick up, and then sellers drive the price back down while we also go and test the 200 MA. Okay, it's very possible. Like I said, we are closer to resistance than we are support. Now, shorting this 403 level doesn't interest me much anymore. Shorting the 405 area where the 200 MA is, or the 408 level, I have much higher interest to me. Bulls basically want to hold this 400 level too. 399, 400, you're going to want to hold. Also, this is where the 5 MA is, right? Is at 399.05. That might update a tad bit higher, a point or two higher Monday to open. It's possible we get maybe a back test there before a possible rip higher. Okay, it's all possible, but we had the run up and we actually hit our head. Now, it was a short trading day Friday where we literally just chopped around in really it was like a 1-point range all day long. Okay, it was really just a 1-point day out, so it's hard to trade. So it's, maybe there wasn't any continuation here because we had such a short day Friday. But for me, this is what I'd be looking for. Okay, I'd be looking for this, a possible back test to this 399, 400 where the 5 MA is here. Okay, for maybe a dip down and then a push back higher. That's what I would possibly be looking for. Okay, so I'd want to see how we react at that 400 level where you could possibly take a long there. Okay, you could possibly take a long there. The next level underneath there, you're going to look at this 396 area. Okay, 396, then you got 393 below and 390. For me, I'd be much more comfortable longing 390. As we've seen, that was a huge bounce area. Okay, so there's going to be demand in there, and I would likely like to take a long, okay, where we also have what? Okay, the 20 MA on the daily here, we all see it, okay, has crossed the 50 MA down here. That is bullish, and now is heading up here to 390. Okay, we have the 100 MA in the brown line at 390. Okay, we have the 21 EMA, if you're an EMA person, and the red line is 390. So you could see there's a ton of MAs down here that could be acting as a magnet for also a support level where we've shown where we've bounced off that level and we've bounced 12 points. So there's demand there, right? There is demand there. So I want to see where all this opens up. Also, if you follow the super trend, you can see it right here. Okay, it's also up here to 393. I would definitely want to look at this 393 level as a possibility of a bounce area just because it was the previous week's low. Okay, that would definitely be an area of interest for me as well. I'm much more comfortable with 390, but we could see the reaction. So look, levels to the downside you want to look for bulls to really want to keep the steam rolling. They really want to keep it above 400. Okay, they really do. But if it gets below, you're going to want to look at 396, 393, and then 390 are levels where you could play the bounce side. Okay, now, upside, like we said, 403, look to see if there is a rejection or if we possibly push through in the Globex Open or into the overnight session. But I think this 200 MA eventually gets tapped at some point. Okay, and if we get through and break and hold a daily candle through here, okay, through this 404, 405, I think we would head up to 408, 410, 411, and we also have this down trend line. So look, initially anywhere from 403 to 405, I want to see the reaction of the 200 MA, possibly to take a short. Okay, but I like taking the short at 408 better. Okay, I like to possibly take a long here. Okay, but you also know that if we do pull back and flush through there, it will definitely be 396, 393. I'm more confident taking a long there and more confident taking a long at 390 as well. It just depends. Do we continue to base? We're basically basing in this 10-point range. Do we continue? Okay, lots of economic data this week. So you'll want to know who's speaking, what data is dropping, what it means. Okay, but most importantly, you'll want to just play your levels. Okay, play your levels. You're a reactor, not a predictor. Okay, you're a reactor as a trader, not a predictor. You react at price when it gets to your level. That's it. Okay, so guys, look, really simple stuff this week. I am looking to take a short around 404, 405, just depending if we get to this 200 MA. I like the short at 408 better. Okay, I would love to see 400 hold. Okay, I would love to see 400 hold. You could look to take a long there off a bounce, but I think a better level would be 393 or 390. Okay, to take a stab long. Okay, underneath 390, you see 385. We obviously have this huge gap down to 380. Under 380 would be death. Rally pretty much over at that point. I would think we start to make our way down to the lows. ES just opened, Globex open here. It's 3 p.m. my time. I'm on the West Coast. We opened up down about 15 handles or so. Okay, so we're currently at 4018, 4017 on ES. That's probably about 401-ish, maybe in the 400 area. So we might be getting a test of that 399, 400 in this Globex / overnight session that we're getting. Okay, so you'll want to pay attention to the futures, okay, and you'll want to pay attention to what happens in the pre-market where we open up, mark those highs and lows. But other than that, guys, that's all I got for you. Know your economic data, know your levels, wake up early, and don't do anything fucking stupid. I'll see you bright and early. Peace.